So, Hong Hao, your answer is so Hong Hao, what is your answer? No?
我写啊，上面不是要写 direction 吗
？Zero, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not true. Not true.
啊，电梯对了。
No. No, why is that?
他说不要名字，对我的。
Okay, so who is okay. Okay. So, Zhang Yuxin, right? 20. No direction. This is direction. And your answers are the same if you sit together. So I will change my way for next class to have a quiz because your answer will be the same if you sit together. Oh, think about it. Direction. Can you explain why this is in one direction? Can you explain your question? Explain the answer. Depends on your explanation. I will give you point or not. Because your answer is not totally wrong. Why? Why is minus y? Why?
我用就是上礼拜那个公式，然后把那个
y is minus y. Why?
就是把我是把
I think show me on this video, or you want to give up. I didn't see where you can obtain minus y. How? Can you point out?
真的假的？不是啊，
I need you find out and explain.
我跟你讲吗？
Yeah.
哦，
Next time, can you turn with this? 对啊。那为什么是负 y？
那差别。
直接把上面是自己的位置，这里跟这里是我这里跟你学习。
我学算是。
那你不会想过？
自己才会，他就不知道为什么。就第一代那个，第一微积分不好，不是放错位，是你搞不懂。你要知道，我就知道你要 OK。那我这样，确定是错，还有来这边来。
Okay, that's it. So the final score we obtained: 江玉信 20, 史凯生 6, 林鼎胜 9, 谢国义 20, 黄修文 26. Yeah.
他好像没有看到他。
你是哪一张？啊？
他说他有上传，
刚刚好像跳过。
反正不会拍照。第三个
答案写的是
是答案。
哦，
找小。
I want to spend a little time to explain these questions, and the answer is on my website. Actually, this is not very difficult. We are talking about the curve. Remember last week you have the picture, right? But this week I give you the functions. They are the same thing. If I don't consider the d, I have the direction of j equals to the curve of h. Okay? So I just put h, x, hy, and xz in here because I know what is h. The general form, we will use this next week. H equals to the vector to the x direction plus h y to y direction plus h z. Because they are linear, we can apply a superposition. So you can separate h to only x direction, y direction, and z direction. Okay? There are three vectors. The result is the combination of these three vectors. Okay, this is the first. Second, what is hx? Hx is a vector. How can we describe hx? It is a scalar function I call hx. It's a function of x, y, z times the unit vector y of direction x plus h, y, x, y, z vector, unit vector plus in your textbook, sometimes they omit something. They didn't write down everything. But to make you clearly, fully understand, I try to write down everything in case you're misleading. I don't want you mislead anything. Okay? You can, in this example, I write down H only, right? This is the total. But what is this? We don't know. We don't know what is the total H. We don't know. That's why I need to put every scalar functions on it, and I will see the result from it, right? I think many of you already got the result. All right? So, but I don't know what they are. Do you know that if H is a function of Z, this is a basic calculus. If you divide by X will equals to 0 because there is no X variables. If divide by partial divide by Y will equals to 0. If, because this is only the function of Z, so you have result only if you partially divide by Z, you can obtain the result. So this is, there are many things we try to discuss here. And then this is all the result. You write down the curl equations, and if for the first question is if H is only a vector to the x direction, H is a vector only in x direction, means I don't have this term, and I don't have this term. This is the first question. So the question becomes very easy. I have only this term. So I put the result to here, and Hy, Hz, they are both 0. And you can make this function easier. You will have only Hx here and here. So you left only this term and this term. For other terms are 0. Okay? And the second question, if this Hx is only a function of Z, so for this term, you got a result times the vector y hat. But for this term, you got nothing because you don't have the component of y, you have only Z. So you partial divided by y, you got 0. So you got only this term left. Okay? What is the meaning? What we are doing? Which means if you have your field in the H direction, see my picture. And this vector is changing according to Z. Do you remember the figures? Not only one vector. All of the vectors, they are changing according to Z. They change according to Z. But they are vectors everywhere. Every vector is pointing to X. You need to make sure you understand the direction and the position. They are different things. position and direction. All the vectors can be can be at XYZ position, but all the vectors are pointing to X directions. They are different things. Okay, like we just discussed in the okay, that's a 0. Yeah, it's a picture. See, this is one of our example. In here, what is Hx? Anyone? I give you 2 points. Give others maybe, yeah, you already got 20 more points. Okay. So for this equation, for this example, your Hx is only x. It looks like this one. Everywhere have a vector, everywhere. But the result, the magnitude of the vector changing with x, but not changing with y, not changing with z. But all of them, the direction of them are to x. Okay? Why another part of them are to minus x? Because if x is minus, the result will go into different side. Okay, also the vectors. We need to understand the vectors to understand the E field and H field. Okay? So those are the answers for these questions. Anyone? Okay, so this is another question. If H is only a function of y, what happened? This is another example. If this is only a vector of y, this y is minus, go to the so it's y. Did I write something wrong? Okay, yeah, it's minus z. If your h is go to this direction, your j is going to minus z direction. Okay. Not only the magnitude, the functions, but also you need to take care of the direction because this is a vector operator. Okay, everyone? We have 8 minutes left. Did you already see the questions yet? Maybe you can think about that and next class you will have a better result. This is check the next question for next class. It is related to our next week. Maybe 1 question a week is enough. 2 questions maybe too much. Can you see that this is what I've written here? Totally the same thing, right? If this is the general wave, I have all the elements. I can write down everything. Right? The wave equation is this. This is complicated. Remember, next week we will talk about wave equation, right? This is the result for a general one. But this is huge. We don't like huge, we want a simple one. So what happened if it is a plane wave? Which means your E is the same in our first example, okay? If this is easy, what is the wave equation? But what is wave equation? I haven't introduced yet. So just wait until next week. We will have some discussion of the wave equation. Okay? So see you guys next week. Okay. I believe they already understand how to what the vectors, spatial vectors are talking about. Maybe you guys can ask them. I think then I totally understand. But if you have some question, they are a good person to ask. 下课好啊，请问。